Hi guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Olutum Guni Talks. So today we're talking about the rights of unmarried fathers. So if you are an unmarried father, this video is definitely for you. However, if you are a father but you are divorced or is married, well, doesn't really apply to you. But because you have full parental rights and responsibilities, unlike your unmarried fathers, they have to obtain those parental rights and responsibilities through a court, well, basically through a court order. So number one, unmarried fathers. So an unmarried father does not always have automatic parental rights and responsibilities. He can, however, obtain these rights in the following circumstances. Number one, he must have been living with the child's mother at the time of birth. Okay, well, at the time the mother gave birth to the child. Number two, okay, regardless of whether or not he was living with the child's mother at the date of birth of the child, he must have consented or applied to be identified as the child's father. Number two, he must have paid damages in terms of customary law. So this is very popular in the African culture, where if you are, well, if a boyfriend and girlfriend, are pregnant, and then the guy has to go to the girl's family to pay for damages. I don't know, but they vary. Others they charge a cow, others they want maybe 3,500. It depends on that family, and also it depends on the financial situation of the father. Okay, so number three, he must have contributed or attempted to contribute to the upbringing of the child. And number four, he must have contributed as well or attempted to contribute to the maintenance of that child, basically towards the expenses of the child for a reasonable period. Now, how can you as a married father, well, unmarried father, obtain these parental rights and responsibilities? Everything has to go through to the court of law. So you will definitely have to approach the children's court if you want such relief. All right, before you get too excited, there are certain factors that the court will definitely take into account when you are applying for parental rights and responsibilities as an unmarried father. So first factor, so point number one, it must be in the best interest of the child. So if you are a parent who brings in psychological harm to a child, and if your involvement in this child's life as a parent wouldn't be in the best interest of the child, the court will definitely take that into account when it is making its order, as well as the investigations that will be done by the Office of the Family Advocate. So it's not something that is just a walk in a park. There are certain things that we need to be careful about, especially when we're dealing with children, because you want to be part of this child's life. Maybe you were absent for a period of 5 to 10 years, and suddenly you want to come into this child's life, and this child does not know you. And firstly, you need to develop a relationship with this child. So it wouldn't be an automatic boom, here you go, you can exercise your rights as a father. So there are certain factors that will be taken into account. Number two, the court will definitely look at the relationship between you as the father and the child. What is the relationship? Is it good? Is it bad? Is there any animosity? Because other children, they tend to not, well, basically they don't want anything to do with their father because of certain reasons. Maybe the father hasn't contributed towards maintenance. Maybe the father wasn't there when the child was growing up, and you find that the child is angry. There's a lot of anger in there. So basically the court will also look at the relationship. Is there an existing relationship, or basically are you going to start with baby steps into developing that relationship? And number three, this one is very important, the degree of commitment, okay, the unmarried father has shown towards the child. There are certain fathers who go far and beyond, far and beyond to try to have a relationship with their children. However, it could be that they are denied rights because of the mother. It could be parental alienation, or parental alienation or alienation by grandparents if the child doesn't have a mother. It doesn't necessarily mean that mothers are the ones that do this whole parental alienation thing. It can also be from other people. So if you're a father who has been seeking rights and responsibilities, but you were denied, if you bring that proof to court, then it will play a major role in in the court reaching its decision. Okay. And they also look at the fact that if you have contributed maintenance, so yes, maintenance is not an issue. You wouldn't be denied contact with your child just because you don't pay maintenance, but it does have a role as well. It's not something that you can just brush away. It's a factor that the court will see and look at if you want to obtain. So you mustn't say, "Oh, I'm not going to pay maintenance because I'm not seeing my child." It doesn't go that way. Maintenance has to be paid. If you are working, you have to maintain your child. Another factor the court considers to be relevant is your history as a father. So if you were once detained, use of drugs, violent history, basically all of those things, if the court has to dig into that, into your past, it will definitely play. It will have the biggest impact, okay, in the recommendations that would have been made by the family advocate. Okay, especially if you are a parent who has drug use, or in the past was involved in drugs, it will be better to show the court that now you are sober and you are not a person that is going to be, relapsing, going back on drugs. So it's a whole lot of factors that the court takes into account. It's not something that is just given, okay, because we're dealing with children here. And all right, so I've mentioned that you can't say that you're not going to pay maintenance because you don't see your child. Well, basically maintenance is dealt with in the maintenance court, but you have to maintain your child, and it can have an impact on your parental rights and responsibilities application if you're a parent that does not pay maintenance. Okay, I'm ending it off here, but obviously I will upload more videos. I know that I've said on previous videos that I'm going to do part 1, part 2 of the other topics. It is coming, guys, but I have to accommodate everybody. If I have to stick on one topic, maintenance, this channel will be about maintenance, so I have to put in bits and tits all at once. But I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the next one. Cheers.